It isn't Dutch, but
it says volkomen plaatsvervangsel voor bladmetaal. En dat zegt het al.
oh, okay. It's a replacement for metal leaf.
Dutch metal.
Dutch metal. So this is a replacement for metal leaf in Dutch. What do you think? What era is this? 1950s, 60s, 70s?
They used it after 1960.
Oh, okay, probably
So,
pre-60.
Pre-60, yeah.
And here you must use...
You must mix the bronze equally with tincture, and that means the binder.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the binder could be shellac. You also use shellac in your watchmaking.
Yeah.
So shellac is a perfect binder for bronze. If you use it in books, then you want something thicker than shellac, and then you use a resin or a varnish, transparent, and that's called in the trade mixtion.
But shellac is very dark brown. Does it affect the shine of the metal?
Exactly, but what shellac also does, if you mix it with the shellac protects the shellac. If this is a little grain of bronze powder, and if you mix it in the shellac, the bronze powder grain is completely covered with the protecting shellac, and therefore it will oxidize less quickly. We in the Netherlands loved gold leaf, but we were very poor when the English conquered the Netherlands with the sea trading around 1700, 1800. And so when we wanted something luxury, we did not have the money for gold, so we used silver leaf, and then we shellacked over it, and the yellowish color of the shellac protected the silver from tarnishing, and it made it a little bit yellower, so it looked more like gold.
Well, we do have shellac here. Maybe we can make a mix and see what it looks like.
Yeah, but I would first want to see the grain size next to the two, because I really think... Oh, there it is.
This is the tip of the scalpel. And I just did the...
So that's the interesting thing with bronze powder. If you rub it, of course be careful with your finger because it's a knife. If you rub it, the grains will all flatten out, and it will become a very smooth surface. So this is real gold leaf behind glass. So what I did was gild the gold leaf with gelatin in reverse. And then I screen printed, first I screen printed the black lines, then I gilded it, and then with a second screen print with black ink, I protected the rear side of the letters. Then the gold leaf is protected by the paint, and if I then brush the gold leaf that's not protected with the paint, the gold leaf only will remain in the letters, and that's what happened here. So here it looks nice, but if you take the other the microscope, you can literally see what happens if you would use a screen printing technique for watches. It would not be sufficient. Therefore, I think it would be the copper engraving press on cigarette paper, rice paper.
Yeah.
So if you zoom, you can literally see the ragged edges, and what you see is the horizontal and vertical silk lines of a screen. Because it's woven.
The woven bits.
Yeah. So it's silk, it's silk thread, silk thread, silk thread, silk thread, silk thread, and in between these you have openings, and now you can literally see the wobblies of these silk threads. So it's Matt Burley just upgraded.
Hey, Matt!
So you can see the ragged edges of the silk. Well, these letters are, if I'm correct, 4 millimeters high. Very nice for a window shop. very nice for an art piece. But if you would use it for watchmaking, it would definitely be not detailed enough. So
But this is authentic.
this is authentic technique. This technique has been used from 1880. And it's very funny because I know a story about an old gilder in America, and what he always did, placed some white paper in front of the windows. He did banks, windows from banks. So he did white paper so nobody could see what he did. So first he was gilding, people could see it. Then he placed white paper, and then very secretly he inked his screen, pressed it on the window, zip, took it off, cleaned it, and the magic was done. And everybody was, oh, he's so good, how did he get this detail? It was screen printing. So when he died, they found all these little screen prints of the bank logos in his case. It was, yeah, it's not fun, but it's very interesting how...
But there's nothing wrong with that.
Of course not, but people are secretive, and with a trade, they give the techniques to their son or their apprentice who's working for them for 6 years without pay. Well, and when somebody has no apprentice, when somebody works until he is 80 and then he dies when he's 81, the techniques are lost, and you have to reinvent by deduction. How did he do it, or how did she do it? And that's sometimes what we do, of course.
Yeah.
So this is a very nice technique. You can get huge details. So I put my pinky next to it. Where's my pinky? Yeah. So here you can see the minute lines in the acanthus leaf, and they are gloss gilded with gold leaf and then silk screened.
What is gloss gilded different than the other techniques?
Yeah, well, gloss gilding is done with gelatine, and gelatine is a very transparent, strong glue.
Yeah.
And in that way you can glue the gold leaf on the reverse side of the glass. And then the details, you see, it's screen printed in black. Then I polish the surplus gold that's not protected with the black screen ink. I brush it away with a very delicate brush.
Yeah.
And then I tint the inside with varnish.
Same as that one.
I tint the inside with varnish, and then I gild it with a lower carat of gold. So it's not only matte because of the varnish, but it's also lighter in color because this color is 6 karat gold leaf. So high quantity of silver leaf. And because of that you see the two different shades. Gloss gelatine, 23.75 karat, and matte inside, and I brushed it with a very delicate brush, and then I did it with a 6 karat gold leaf. So you can see you can do very high detail, but in my opinion not detailed enough for a watch like we just saw.
Kan je hem helemaal even laten zien, dat ding? Want het is wel heel erg gaaf natuurlijk. It's a huge piece about a bakery, Dutch windmill, and again there is are so many techniques and so much detail in the full piece. I've got a few more watch dials here, so maybe we see different techniques, maybe we see similarities.